Let's talk Celtics and Knicks. This is a shocking series in the playoffs. Before this series, who had the Knicks up 2-0 to start this series, or let alone winning the series? Probably only Knicks fans. Knicks are finding ways to win, and the catalyst is their defense. I picked the Celtics to repeat, and I'm still sticking by that, even though they're down 0-2 in this series. But you got to give the Knicks credit. They're trying to say Tatum's a little banged up. Jaylen Brown going through his little issues, knee. You're on the floor, you're healthy, especially in the playoffs. So that's not going to be no excuses. The Knicks take down the Celtics because they outplayed them, they outworked them, they outschemed them. This is the perfect team to go against the Celtics. They match up very well with them. You got an outstanding scorer in Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown. They proven. Tough tandem, one of the best tandems in the league. But then you look at the New York Knicks, and you look at their roster, you look at their starting lineup, you look at the wings that they have, the long-rangey wings, as you see here on this image. Bridges, Anunoby. These two dynamic defensive wings are the reason why the Celtics are having so much trouble, making them work for everything they got. It's a big game 3 coming up tomorrow afternoon. And Jayson Tatum, I don't want to say he guaranteed a victory, but he did guarantee he will play better. Their backs against the wall heading to Madison Square Garden, which you know is going to be on fire, is going to be jumping. He has to come through with help. The remedy for these Boston Celtics is not to lean heavy on that three-point shot. Not saying don't shoot it. Y'all are built on it. That's how y'all won y'all championship. But you got to get back to going downhill. You and Jaylen Brown has got to stay in that paint and put pressure on this defense, this aggressive defense. How do you beat aggressive defense? You go right at him. He has to stay at the free throw line, catching his rhythm. Getting some people in foul trouble. But Jayson Tatum has to stay aggressive. Whatever's going on with him, offensively, which of course we know what's going on with him. These guys are making him work. Bridges, Anunoby. But the key factor with this dynamic defense of the New York Knicks with these wings, they don't only provide defense, they provide scoring. Bridges and Anunoby are hitting three-point shots. They're driving, they're moving the ball. Those are bonus points for these defensive guys. A few years ago, you didn't look at them as offensive threats. They polished their game up, matching that defense with offense, worked on that three-point shot because they're dropping it. That has been the difference in this series. Then you got the Bulldog and Charles Bronson. You got your guard dogs in Bridges and Anunoby. There you have it. And ultimately, you have top dogs. Top dogs. No one could have seen this coming. But if you go down this roster of the Knicks and you see the players that they have on this team, it's a bunch of dogs. And there's no quit in them. That's why they're up 2-0 in this series, headed back to Madison Square Garden. The biggest knock on Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown as they let teams off the hook by shooting jump shots. They resorted back to that, shooting jump shots, relying on it, and getting themselves beat, getting themselves blowing 20-point leads. They got to get back to their stuff, mixing that drive with the three. That three's not going, you automatically got to start driving. You got to start moving that ball. And Boston is deep as anybody. It's just not all about Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. We already know this team is deep. You got Derek White over there. They got Porzingis. But depending on how he's feeling, they're going to need Porzingis actually in this series. If they're going to come back and win this series, Porzingis is going to have to be a big factor in all of it. If he's not at full strength, it's going to be tough to get back in the series. They're going to have to play it one game at a time, and it starts tomorrow afternoon at MSG. So the Knicks going to get the Celtics best. They have no choice. Go down 3-0, series over. You know the history with that. Coming back from 3-0 is not going to happen. That's why Boston's coming with guns blazing tomorrow afternoon against the New York Knicks. Place going to be jumping. The Knicks' remedy of going up 3-0 featuring Cat. It's sequences that Cat don't even be involved in the offense. That's what makes this team dangerous. They go through quarters where Cat's not even involved. My remedy for these Knicks is to feature Cat down low in the post. Reason why? You want to get Al Horford and a lot of these guys in foul trouble. If they can do that, even if they just get Horford off the floor in foul trouble, Cat's going to be able to cook. Yeah, old man Al still got it. That man can play some defense. And he's all over Cat. Now, I can see why they're not really trying to feature him too much, but you got to go through him. I'm going through him. I'm trying to get some fouls called on him because if he's out of the lineup, it's going to open everything up for the New York Knicks. They have to have Al Horford in there anchoring that defense, especially when you got a dynamic scorer like Karl-Anthony Towns. Start with Towns. Charles Brunson can pick and choose throughout the game through these quarters and have it in his hands with the final 6 minutes, making the plays, bringing them home. That's the best remedy for the New York Knicks, playing tough, hard-nosed defense, which they rely on. But I'm not giving up on the Celtics. They're down 2-0. I said they would repeat. I'm going to stick to that. And it's crazy because I've never been a Knicks fan. But I tell you, I always respected the Knicks. And especially this group here in 2025. They got some players. And when you play hard like they do, so-called less offensive talent, because really they don't have all the offensive talent in the world. Jalen Brunson just jumped on the scene a few years ago. But man, has he. And Karl-Anthony Towns. That dynamic duo right there is supposed to be a scoring punch. But like we addressed, when you allow Bridges and Anunoby to pitch in offensively, that makes this team tough. Very tough. And now they got all the confidence in the world, because if you come back from 20-point leads twice to win, it's not a position you believe you can't get out of. And the only thing the Celtics can lean on is saying, we were up 20 points in these ball games and we lost it. All we have to do is keep our lead and continue to put the pressure on and finish these games. But they can't allow that three-point shot, continuously shooting that three-point shot, be the cause of them losing these ball games. You have to diagnose quickly. If it's not falling, go downhill. And really, you didn't have to tell these guys to go downhill. Last couple of seasons, they figured it out. Even Jaylen Brown, last game, he was getting in the paint. He wasn't shooting that many jump shots. But they allowed him to get back in the game. It got bogged down. The pressure mounted. And the Knicks won the game in the same fashion as they did game one. Down the stretch. Tough defense on Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Big game coming up. Huge game coming up tomorrow afternoon. Before we get out of here, let's listen to Jayson Tatum leading up to game 3 in Madison Square Garden.
Jayson, can you just take us through what you saw there in the final play regulation when you guys brought the ball without the timeout?
Yeah, I just kind of made the wrong read, went into crowded area. Obviously if I had that opportunity again, or...
He's talking about the final shot of game 2. Had the ball in his hands. He kind of went baseline, and that's when he went to the danger zone with Bridges and Anunoby contesting his shot. He thought about passing it late, got deflected, and that was game over. That's what he's describing here.
The next time it presents itself, just have a different outcome. But, I take responsibility for us not at least getting a shot up.
Jayson, what had made this such a challenging series to be able to get to your spots, make the passes you usually do, just be able to kind of have the impact you usually do? Is it something they're doing? Is it kind of something you're not able to get to right now? Like, what do you kind of see when you look at the film?
No, you gotta give them credit. They've been playing well. But on the flip side, it's just taking ownership and knowing that you gotta play better, and I will.
And that's one thing I will give him. He's owning up to it. He know he hasn't played well. That's why I believe going in this Game 3 at Madison Square Garden, you're going to get the best of Jayson Tatum. Whatever he got in his kitchen, you forget all the utensils. He has no choice to lead this team come tomorrow afternoon. I don't want to say his reputation is on the line because we already know the make of Jayson Tatum. He has a ring. We know this. But if the Knicks, Bridges, and Anunoby figured this thing out and the Knicks win this series, he's going to have a lot of questions coming about. For one, some people believe Jaylen Brown is the core leader of this team, the clutch guy down the stretch who looks to hunt down shots and to be aggressive. Jayson Tatum is resorting back to where he was a few years ago down the stretch, relying on too many jump shots. And that's why I say he's too talented and he has to get downhill and put pressure on that Knicks defense and get to the free throw line and hit his acrobatic shots. He can score in all kind of different ways in that paint. He's going to have to go to that. Mix it in with a jump shot. Nothing's wrong with that. But y'all can't just keep hoisting and hoisting and hoisting when y'all shooting bad from the field and cost yourselves to lose a game or a lead down the stretch and go down 0-3 in this series. Check that press conference after Game 3 if this happens. G.S.Q.H, Goodymo Sports Quick Hits. Big Freaky Friday. Big Freaky Friday. Thanks for y'all time. Time is something you can't get back, and you chose to spend it watching this video. Thanks. We out of here. Peace. Peace.